My name is Daniella Chiamaka. I am from Delta State, but the Igbo part of Delta. So I'm from Idumujuboko. I am an architect by profession. I go by the Shoe Architect. The name of my company is DNL Africa. So I spent 8 years in the university studying architecture, also furthering into my master's. But along the line, somewhere around 2012, I realized that I love shoes. So I love leather. I've always been invested in leather. I love the smell of leather amazingly. So that's one of the things that make me being drawn to leather. So I just started with bags and being so curious about how shoes were made and bags were made. So I always dismantled my items. And again, my friends when I was younger, they used to yab me that I have what we call scissors leg. There's no slippers I wear that will never cut. So any slippers I wear always cut, even if I wear their own. So they always hide their footwear from me. And I realized that truthfully, this is not my fault. I don't think these footwear are actually made of high quality. So whenever I see my footwear, I open it up and I'm looking at the leather and I'm like, I can rip this leather apart with my hand. Why do people produce footwear like this? So there was somebody that I saw that makes footwear along the road. So I saw him and I was like, bros, I beg, I feel just come work for your shop, once in a while. I already have my own brand, but I want to perfect my hand. So he was like, no problem, I can come. And then I started when there were very few ladies doing shoemaking. So sometimes I'll be trying to work and people will be passing and they'll stop and they'll just be looking at me like, what is happening? What's this girl doing and stuff like that. So I stayed with him. The people who taught me how to sew were a group of 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds. The youngest apprentice in the shop, because as long as you are in the shoemaker's shop, the youngest is the earliest, the latest to come. There's no age or anything. That's how the hierarchy is. So whoever is ahead of you will teach you. So that's how I learned. I learned under him for about 1 year. People are really wondering why I decided to do revamp. And it's like professional aboki. That's what revamp is. Revamping a shoe is trying to fix an error you did not create. It's trying to correct something that you don't know how it was being made. The reason why people throw away shoes, the reason why people don't keep the items, their bags and all of that is because there is nobody to repair it as good as the manufacturer did. And they don't have access to the manufacturer. And most of all these shoes and bags, they are worth a lot of money. And I kind of have tried to analyze the reason why these items get really bad. It's because our weather is not really friendly with the weather of other countries, all these manufacturing countries. Let's say the weather in Paris now is actually cool and chilled, but the weather in Nigeria is really hot. And these leathers can actually serve there, but they can't serve here. So by the time they are shipped in fact, the shipping process is enough to damage the items. I know of many resellers who bring items that I don't know what happened, they just all got bad. When I brought them in, they were all bad already, because most times they take a lot of time there. So when they bring it here, what we do is that we try to dismantle everything. We try to replicate the pattern as best as we can, because I'm DNL, and of course the bag will look DNL. Most of these items, they hold memories. Some of the items, we have revamped bags of 20 years. We have revamped shoes that the husband used to propose to his wife, and this woman just said, this is the only thing that keeps me close to my diseased or stuff like that. There was someone who brought his brother's footwear and he said, no, this footwear is the only thing that keeps me close to my late brother, and I need it to still be with me. I want it. And we just replicated the whole thing. Of course, we are creating something close. So I just realized that when you are traveling the road less traveled, you are creating solutions for people. And when you create solutions for people, you will draw people to you. So you see this leatherworks, shoemaking and all. Leatherworks is very vast. The problem is that everybody wants to do the same thing. Everybody wants to create new footwear, slippers and all. How many new products are we going to create in a year? How many people are really creating new things? If your product is that durable, do you know people can use it for years and it's going to last? I would say it's a profitable business for me. per se, because I have been able to thankfully find ways to um, make profits while serving the public, right? So, what actually makes a business profitable if you are able to solve problems and create solutions, of which I'm sure I've been able to do that with this revamp. Initially, when it was just the footwear, making of new footwears and all, in like a month, I can count the number of footwears I make for people. The key things that affect me, first of all, funding, finance, because if you really want to make money from something, you have to invest in it. You have to invest money back into it. So I don't have an external funding source into this business. So the only thing that has been sustaining this business has been the business itself. And you know, when a baby is trying to like crawl, if you demand so much from the baby, you might not really get its full potential. So this is still a growing business, and the business has not gotten to the stage where it can properly fund itself and stand on its own by itself, pay the workers and all. That's one of the major challenges we're having, because we need finance, we need funding for machines to upscale and to upgrade. So we need a lot of machines. There's some machines that I need to get, and we also need space, because we've gotten so choked up, because we have a lot of students that come in to train, and as you know, as a school of shoemaking, we need space for our students. The economy affects us sometimes because we have increase of cost of materials, and we have issues with deliveries, issues with way bills. People need to send their items all the way, and the timeline that they need to get it back. Sometimes we just have a lot, so we need labor also. So the lesson I learned is take everything one step at a time. If you rush into it, you rush out. Do your research before venturing out. Before you put out any product there, test it yourself. Make sure that you can stand by it. Make sure that you are so good before you bring out yourself and tell people that I'm good, so that people can trust in what you say. Your words can be your bond. Well, I say my key strength is consistency. I'm always here. I'm always going, even when I don't feel like it. I wake up and I'm here. Even if it's just to come and sit and just look around, I make sure I'm here. And then guard your heart, guard your mind, make sure you're positive. It may not be easy, but it's possible. Financial support. Financial support will go a very long way, and easy on the taxes, you know. The government processes should be easy. Approvals, registration of business, because it's so expensive now. I just registered my business over 100,000. You know, if they can invest in us, there's a lot of talent. If you see what comes out of Nigeria, not talk of Africa, is a lot of revenue for the government. So I think that's what I would like to see.